So that's some liquids that we know. And the definition of a liquid is something that moves and fills the shape of the container that it's in. So at the moment I've got a water bottle and the water fills the container. If I pour it into that bowl, will it be the same shape? If I pour it in here, would it be the same shape as what it is in the water, or will it just even out over the bottom?
It'll even out.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely will. Alright, now we're going to talk about some solids. What's a solid that you might know? There's one right in front of you.
There's ice.
Ice is a solid. Why do you think ice might be a solid?
Because it's from liquid and it's just frozen from the cold.
Yeah, it's frozen liquid. Yeah, definitely. But what makes something a solid, do you think? Think of some other solids you might know.
Chocolate.
Okay, yep, chocolate would be a solid. Let's have a think. If a liquid moves and it fills the container that it's in, a solid's almost the opposite of that.
Oh yeah.
What does a solid have that liquid doesn't? Could
it-
I hold a liquid in my hands like the piece of ice?
Yeah, and that would just move away.
So if it'd move away, it would
Yeah.
just fall all over the ground, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So a solid is something that will hold its shape. I want to talk about something different today. I want to talk about how we can change a solid into liquids and a liquid into a solid. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Maybe. What? We've got ice here and it's melting. What are we changing? We're changing the solid into a liquid, but how are we changing that, do you think?
Well, that's only because it's frozen. And,
Yeah?
And the heat is actually melting.
Yeah, the heat is. Yep. If I turn the heater off, would it melt as still?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, there's still heat in the room.
How did we freeze the ice? What did we do to it to make it
Oh,
frozen?
well, we,
Where do we put it? In an ice tray, and then where do we put it?
in the freezer.
In the
Which is
freezer.
actually liquid that we freeze.
Yeah, it is liquid that we freeze. We turned it into a
Solid.
solid. Good boy. We actually, when we took it out of the freezer, we're actually adding something called heat energy. Have you ever heard the term heat energy before?
No, not really.
No, not really. That's all right. We're not adding heat. We don't have to put it on the stove or put it in the oven to make it melt. We're taking away its freezing temperature.
Mm.
So we're just putting it in room temperature. We're adding heat because it's hotter than what it would be in the freezer. Good. All right. I've got a little activity for us to do today. I have some jelly crystals here. Can you please pour these into that bowl in front of you? Those jelly crystals, what do you think they might be? Do you think they're a solid or a liquid?
I think they're liquid things that move around.
They move around? Yeah, they might move around like water. Well, actually, let's have a look at one of these little crystals. Do they hold their shape, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to hold their shape. So if they hold their shape, and we go off our definition, a solid might be would these be a solid?
Yeah.
Because they hold their shape?
Yep.
Yeah. So they move like liquid,
Mm.
but they're actually
So
a solid. Yeah, good boy.
it's a bit like sand.
Yeah, but can we change sand?
No.
Oh, it's a tricky one.
Mm.
Alright, do you want to pour that hot water? Be very careful in there to make some jelly. Now we can do something else now, Sam. When we mix this all together, we can actually turn this jelly back into a solid. How do we turn it back into a solid?
We might leave it in the fridge to freeze.
Yes. Why would we leave it in the fridge? What are we taking away?
That liquid of
Yeah, we might be taking away. Feel that bowl. What is it? How is it warm?
it's pretty much
Warm. So if we put it in the fridge, we're taking away something. What are we taking away?
The heat energy.
Yeah, the heat